Hey guys, welcome back to Real Housewives Recaps today. I'm super excited to talk to you guys. When you think of love stories, when you think of a couple that just has it all together, a couple that, you just see them and you know they're in love. They have that energy, right? They just truly feed off each other and seem so happy and in love. Don't you just think of Harry and Meghan? No, me neither. But guys, just like everything else they think they're entitled to teach us simpletons about, guess what they're going to be teaching us about next? That's right, they went from constantly clawing at each other to not even walking next to each other. So they're going to teach us about love. What am I talking about? Oh, let me explain. You guys, I'm interrupting myself to tell you to hit that join button because Jay just designed this and added it to the emojis that you get when you hit that join button. You guys, the dress. I actually think he made the dress a little better than it actually is in real life. But still, the dress, the drunk goose in the dress, as per your request. Thank you, Jay, for designing this. Again, consider hitting that join button as you have access to this and so many other emojis that are specific to the channel and to the group. Thank you. The grifters are at it again, you guys. Netflix executives allegedly paid £3 million for film rights to a romantic novel that Meghan and Harry will produce for Netflix, you guys, as part of their $80 million deal. And who better? Who more deserving, right? Who better to teach us about love and romance than the awful duo themselves? Seriously, though, what makes these two qualified to do anything like this? They have the worst relationship. We all know they're going to break up sooner than later. What's going on here? Why does Netflix keep doing this? Netflix doesn't give a crap about the people that actually pay to stream their service. No, they just seem to keep throwing money at these two for whatever reason. I don't know who owes who what over there. But clearly things are going terribly because this is who they're throwing their money at. So this comes out of Daily Mail and it says Netflix executives paid £3 million for the film rights to a romantic novel that Meghan Markle and Prince Harry will produce for the streaming service as part of their £80 million deal, it was claimed today. Initial reports suggest the couple had personally stumped up the money for Carly Fortune's Meet Me at the Lake, which echoes the personal story, including a character whose parent dies in a car crash. However, an insider has told Page Six it was Netflix itself that purchased the rights for them to produce a film adaptation under their Archwell Productions arm. Let's play a game called How Stupid is Netflix? How stupid is Netflix? So stupid. Again, they keep investing in these two. They're hemorrhaging money. People are dropping out of subscriptions left and right from what I hear. And I wonder why. Because again, they're not listening to the subscribers. They just keep throwing money at these two. But there is no way that these two raised a penny for this thing. There's just no way. It had to be by Netflix themselves, and the grifters are just attaching their name to it. Again, this is just my opinion, but there's just no way. They have the worst work ethic ever. We hear repeated stories of how terrible they are to deal with. They've been called lazy effing grifters. I mean, what else do you want, right? Glowing reputation. Right? So, again, how stupid is Netflix? I know it's a rhetorical question at this point. Oh, but guys, don't worry. The source described the book as right up their alley because they love love stories and rom-coms, because they're so known for their comedic timing, their sense of humor, their romance. I mean, seriously, you could not be further from describing these two. The Sussexes famously wanted to tell their own love story in the bombshell 2022 Netflix documentary, Harry and Meghan. The US-based outlet also reported that the couple has been restructuring their team following the departure of their producer, former head of internal content at Archwell. Okay, whatever. But also, looky there, somebody else left, huh? It's almost like they have an insane turnover rate. Like they're difficult to work with. And it sounds like they've also parted ways with Archewell's senior vice president of scripted television. Okay, again, see my previous point. Like, they're almost difficult to work with. Where have we heard this story over and over? Why is anybody continuing to do any business with these two? PR guru Mark, however you say his last name, believes the financial backers of the Netflix adaptation overpaid because the Sussexes have zero track record in drama or producing anything of consequence. I love this guy. Penguin Random House, the publisher of Harry's Spare, probably helped do the deal because Penguin also put out Meet Me at the Lake, he said. But also because these two have a very strict schedule. They cannot work more than an hour a week. See their tax returns for details. Okay, so then we go over to the book itself. The author is Carly Fortune. Listen, I haven't read the book. I can't stand the Harkles. I'm not here to bash an author. Maybe the book's good. Maybe it's not. We'll read some reviews at the end. But I find it interesting that this article is her blowing smoke up their you-know-whats. Because she talks about she loves Meghan Markle. She loves Suits. She watched Suits. She woke up early for their wedding and talked about that. So there's definitely some mutual you-know-what kissing going on here. So I feel like then this is maybe Netflix trying to get this information out. I'm not sure. But it is interesting to hear the author, wax on about Harry and Meghan and how much she loves them. So that tells me a lot that I need to know about this author. Now, I myself am a huge reader. I love my Audible. I listen to books all the time. It's just my thing. Anyway, all kinds. Doesn't matter. I would have listened to this book. Now, I did pull up the reviews. It's not sounding great, just saying. Again, I'm not here to bash the author. Maybe the book's fine. It's got some interesting reviews, which we'll go into. But again, why would you ever want to attach your work to these two grifters? Why, oh, why? I'm thinking more poor author. When I first heard about this, I thought, oh my God, you take all the time to write a book. You get it out there, and then you get this like awesome news that, they want to turn it into some sort of scripted something. It sounds like a movie. I don't know. Maybe it's a show. Who knows? You get excited, and then it turns out, oh my God, Harry and Meghan are attached to it. Can you imagine? I don't know how that works contractually, but can't you say, no, thank you? No, I don't want my book to tank because of these two. No, don't let them touch it. But I ask you again, what makes these two qualified to do anything? I mean, it's just unbelievable at this point. Think about their track record. They can't make it work with the royal family. Fine, they go do their own thing. They can't make it work on their own. They can't make it work with her family. They can't make their marriage work. They can't make a podcast work. They can't make his stupid book work, It's just like, what makes them qualified to do anything? Think about the speeches. They can't make the speeches work because, see my video on borrowed lines from speeches. You know what I mean? Like, what makes them qualified to do anything? It's just they're led around by their egos. And I guess money, I guess if you pay enough money, you can get your name attached to things. But I ask, what the hell is Netflix thinking? They're not thinking. But a quick Google into Netflix and you'll see things aren't going great for them. As Netflix doomed came up, but people aren't overly happy with them. Okay, let's go back to that guy that I'm now secretly in love with. That guy whose last name I can't pronounce. The one that was smack talking. Why would they ever work with Harry and Meghan? Here we go. He says the timing of the announcement, with lots of negativity around the couple, makes him suspect there's more to this than meets the eye. Dun, dun, dun. He says they need to do something. According to Tom Bauer, they fell out with the Beckhams. Harry was forced to cold shoulder Bex because of Meghan's position on Victoria. The rights for this could have cost up to £3 million, although if it's a bestseller, you wouldn't be handing it to Harry and Meghan. That's exactly what I'm trying to say. There's some amazing drama producers out there. Why would you give away a prize asset? Mail Online has asked Penguin Random House to comment. The adaptation will be the Sussex's first attempt at producing a fiction hit as part of a multi-million-pound deal with Netflix, which is reportedly under threat. See, saying the same thing. Netflix sucks. The author of the novel is a fan of the Sussexes and has said she was left in tears watching their wedding. Okay, yeah, she's kissing ass. There you go. So this is the book we're talking about. I'm not trying to crap talk the author. I have not read the book, so who knows? It could be a great book. It might not be. I don't care about that. It's more of why in the world, why would you hand this to Harry and Meghan? The same thing I'm asking. Who is in charge? Who's making these decisions? It's the complete wrong decision. Again, like Harry and Meghan. Sounds familiar, right? Every decision they make is the complete wrong decision. Here we are again. Now, there are lots of funny responses to this article. This one might be my favorite, and it says, it'll be worth watching just to see how bad they are at film production, too. Their bag of talentlessness, I love that, bag of talentlessness, is never empty, and they want to show the world just how much of it they have. I went over to Audible, and I took a look, and at first glance, I thought, okay, the reviews are okay. I mean, there's not a ton. I was actually surprised there weren't more reviews, typically. I mean, if this is a second book, I believe they said, of this author, you would think there was more reviews, but maybe not. Again, I'm not shitting on the author. I don't know who she is. But interesting that it's kind of, not a ton of reviews, but let's take a look at what people are saying. So the first one just says long, boring, plain, and cold. And I would say, wow, it sounds like you are describing her podcast. That's what I would say. It lacked any emotion or feeling. It was just a long, boring reason for Meghan to talk about herself. Not the best relationships. Well, then maybe the Sussexes are suited for producing or whatever they're doing with this thing, because they're not the best at relationships. I'm not just talking about romantic ones either. Look at their family relationships. Both sides. Can't do it. Too hard. Super slow. Second half didn't pay off. Again, are we talking about their Netflix documentary? Because I kind of felt the same way. Well, guys, as these two continue to do dumb things, I'm going to continue to talk about it. This is just another one for the books. I don't know that anything will actually happen with this, as they have zero work ethic. So it'll probably just sit on someone's desk. I still ask for the millionth time, what is Netflix thinking? I don't think that they are, but, I'm curious to see what happens. I'm always here for it. You guys, as mentioned earlier, definitely consider hitting that join button. We have so many funny emojis now. Thank you, Jay, for designing those for us. Check out the merch. Of course, we have the Drunk Goose Club. Honk, honk, everybody. We have Recollections May Vary. Make It Make Sense. We have all the things. Check that out. I'm going to go ahead and give a plug for my Patreon. Definitely check that out. We've been going through the Elephants documentary, talking about that. That's been a lot of fun. Lots of deep dives going on over there, so definitely consider taking a look. So many executive producers now, which I love so much. It warms my heart. I have so many of them to thank, which I'm going to jump into. Hey, if you are one of those executive producers, thank you so much for your support. It means the whole wide world. Again, if you want to become one, check out patreon.com. So I'm going to go ahead and thank those executive producers now. A huge thank you to Linda. Thank you, Melissa. Thank you to Paige. Huge thank you to Teresa. Thank you, Mary. Thank you, Amy. Thank you, Kay. Thank you, Shauna. Thank you, Brenda. Thank you, Aaron and Frank. Thank you, Kristen. Thank you, Ann M. Thank you, Amanda. Thank you, Ann H. Thank you, Karen. Thank you, Glynis. Thank you, Karen. Thank you, Patty. Thank you, Adair Becker. Thank you to Erica. Thank you, Amber. Thank you, Annette. Thank you, Barb G. Thank you to Diana. Thank you, Allison B. Thank you, Jean. Thank you, Lori. Thank you to Pauline. Thank you to KT. Thank you, Jolene. Thank you, Stromboli. Thank you, Catherine. Thank you, Loie. Thank you, Lucy H. Thank you to Georgia. Thank you, Susie. Thank you, Nikki. Thank you, Robbins Landing. Thank you to Helen. Thank you to Mara. Thank you, Ashley C. Thank you to Molly. Thank you, Amber. Thank you, Ashley. Thank you, Amanda. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Sand Squid. Thank you to Rach. Thank you, Linda. Thank you, Leslie. Thank you, Dee Dee. Thank you, Nina. Thank you, Heather. Thank you, Tracy. Thank you, Penny. Thank you, Domby. Thank you, Android P. Thank you to Sheena. Thank you, Aaron M. Thank you, Faye. Thank you, Judith. Thank you, Spectrum Mom. Thank you, Vanessa B. Thank you, Christy. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Mimi Heathcote. Thank you, Misty. Thank you, Candy. Thank you, Anita. Thank you, Leslie. Thank you to Bree. Thank you, Sandra. Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you to Elvis Rose here on YouTube. Thank you to Lori. Thank you, Tim B. Thank you, Jean. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you, Aaron. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you, Elisa. Thank you, Kathy with a C. Thank you, Allison. Thank you, Christina. Thank you, Nancy. Thank you, Marianne. Thank you to Patricia. Thank you, Lindsay. Thank you, Ridley. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Jill. Thank you, Tracy. Thank you, John. Thank you, Donna D. Thank you, Diana. Thank you, Chewy. Thank you, Christina. Thank you, 509 Cougs. Thank you, Julie. Thank you, BJ. Thank you, Big Bad John. Thank you, Amy. Thank you, Duck Barf. Your name is always funny to me. Thank you, Susie. Thank you, Vicky loves her corgi. Thank you, Charisse. Thank you, Kate. Thank you, Genesee. Thank you, Essie. Thank you, Lady Grandmother. Thank you, Christy. Thank you, Funky Buddha. And thank you, Trish. Thank you, Nancy. Thank you, Kay Coffee. Thank you, Anne. Thank you, Sheila. Thank you, Laura. Thank you, Bree. Thank you, K Cubed. Thank you, Christy. Thank you, Peggy. Thank you, Stragoria. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you, Tiffany. Thank you, Christina. Thank you, Rachel. Thank you, Claire. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Tiffany. Thank you, Angela. Thank you, Morty, por favor. Thank you, Penny. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Julie. Thank you, Salami Mommy. Can you guys believe I ran out of namespace on the other one, so I had to start a new list here. It's just unbelievable. Thank you to everybody who has signed up to be an executive producer. If you're interested, definitely check out patreon.com/Real Housewives Recaps. Thank you guys for everything. Have a great day. Bye-bye.